Please don't skip the advertisement for me. Your full commotion watchings motivates me to continue this series. Thank you. Hello, I'm your Korean teacher, Dexter. This unit 8 deals with 의료와 안전, which means medical facilities and safety manuals in Korea. What is a hospital by Korean anyway? It is 병원. It is a level 1 vocabulary, so you should have to know that. But we are level 5. So in this level, we create 의료기관 for more general term. And to go to hospital, we need to know about the health insurance. How about the safety matters? Do you know the emergent manual when the disaster occurs? In Korea, at least I knew, there is not that much of disaster like earthquake or fire, but you should have to prepare for them, for your survivals. And there are so many differences between Korea and other countries, but to me, the big difference is safety fragility, which means don't care about one's safety. But we should care about one's safety in the school or in the company. So this unit is important for your survival and for our test. So shall we start? So this unit we are going to deal with the medical care and safety, or medical facility and safety. So this is the key point of this unit. So I will give just 1 to 5 minutes to stop the video and fill in the blank by yourself. Because when I prepared this video, it's super difficult for me. So one thing you have to do now is stop the video and fill in the blank on this unit. So let's see together. 의료기관의 종류에는 at first I just supposed the 병원 and what else? I don't know. And second one would be 공공보건기관, would be a 보건소 and blah blah. 가입하면 비교적 저역 비율. Maybe it's a health insurance, 건강보험. And the second one, 국가재난관리를 담당하는. It's super difficult for me. It was super difficult. And second one, 큰 사용했을 때는 I didn't know that, but now I know that. But when I first saw that blank, I have no idea about that. And 작업할 때는 등, it's a safety device, something like that. And 평상시에는 okay, so let's deal with together. So first thing is the 한국에서 의료기관, the medical facility. How can we use the medical facility here? So the types are village clinic and 보건소 is a public health center and 종합병원 is a general hospital. So before I prepared this lesson, I suppose the 의원 is just like not that expert, but how about you? Do you know what is the difference between 의원 and 병원? So 의원 could be a clinic and 병원 is hospital. So the difference is here 의원과 병원은 the difference is 병상수, the number of beds in the hospital. So here 병상, it means 병든 사람이 눕는 침상. It is a bed. So if there is less than 30 beds, it is 의원, and if there is more than 30 beds, it is 병원. So, and here 종합병원, general hospital, is more than 100. And there is compulsory department, more than 7 department of compulsory things. So here, so maybe in your test, they are not going to handle this about it, but just to let you know. So more than 30 bed, it is 병원, and less than 30, it is 의원. And 종합병원 is more than 100 bed. for the patient. So the types of the medical facility is 동네의원, 보건소, and 종합병원. Those three types are there. And the second one, blank, is a facility which managing or controlling local citizens' health and preventing disease by government. That is 보건소. It's a little bit cheaper than just the usual hospital. And the third one is 건강보험, is health insurance. So after buying health insurance, the buyer can use medical facility by low cost. So yeah, even if you don't have the medical insurance, you can use the hospital, but the cost is a little bit different. So if you have the medical insurance, you can use it by low cost. Okay, second up, the safety life in Korea. So 국가재난관리를 담당하는. So there is 행정안전부. So 행정 is administration and 안전 is safety and security. But their official name is Ministry of Public Administration and Security, is main center for managing country-level disaster like earthquake evacuation, fire evacuation, and emergent preparation, etc. The name is 행정안전부. And the second up is 긴급신고전화. 긴급 is emergent, 신고 is call, phone call. So when urgent disaster or big accident occurred, you should tell current location and explain situation details to the urgent call center. 긴급 신고 전화. Okay? And the third one, 작업할 때. 작업 is work, is walk. So when you walk, not working, you work. So I walk. And I work. So yeah, in the community section, I already saw that if you are a native English speaker, let's exchange language. I will teach you everything about the Korean, so you will teach me everything about the English. So when you work, labor, when you work, 작업복, it is like a working cloth and safety cap. And 보호장비, like a protective device. So when you labor, when you work, you should wear the working clothes and safety cap. That is 보호장비, like a protective devices.을 반드시 착용한다. You should wear. Okay, so next up is 평상시에는 비상구. So you need to be aware of emergent exit. 비상구 is emergent access, and the first aid kit is a 구급 상자. First aid kit or first aid box, that is 구급 상자, and fire extinguisher, it is 소화기. Location and understand the meaning of safety and health mark prefer in a usual normal day. So yeah, in the usual day, in advance, you need to be aware of safety and health mark. And you need to know the location of fire extinguisher or first aid kit location. And the first thing you have to know is emergent access. So when you go to new school or new company, first thing is you need to be aware where is the emergent exit, or where is first aid kit, or where is fire extinguisher. How about it? You understand all, or it is difficult to understand it. So if you understand all the sentence I explained, it is enough. But if you don't know, let's handle it more detailed step by step with me. So this unit 8, we are going to take dealing with the two part. One for the medical facility and two for the safety life in Korea. It means the safety manual. So first thing is how to use medical facility and types and manual to use the medical facility. So 의료기관의 종류, the types are 동네의원, 보건소, 종합병원 등이 있다. There are more than 3 types of medical facility. First one is 동네의원, second one is 보건소, the third one is 종합병원. So 감기에 걸렸거나 when you get a cold or 소화가 잘 안 되는 등, not digest 등 병이 심하지 않은 경우. When it is not a severe symptom, you need to go to village clinic, 동네의원, village clinic. And the second one is 보건소. So here, 보건소. Here is the definition of 보건소, but the reason I took it is the Chinese letter. So 보, here 보 means stay. And 건 is 건강한, health. So stay, health, depart. So 보건소 is rather than treat, rather than cure, or rather than protecting something, it is just the maintain civilians' health. It's like an indirect way, rather than directly heal, treat someone, just stay health rather than treat. But yes, 보건소 is a public health center. But here, the Chinese letter is funny. The state health department is 보건소. So here, 보건소는 지역 주민, the local civilians, 건강과 질병 예방, one's health and disaster prevention, and 관리 is control. So controlling and preventing the disease 위해 국가가 운영하는 government by government의 공공 public hygiene organization and 예방 접종 like a vaccination이나 각종 질병 검사 diagnose or check the disease 등을 할 수 있으며 일반 병원보다 진료비가 싸다. The cost is slightly cheaper. And at some point, to me, when I go to 보건소, it is usually free. But when I go to hospital, there is no free about the something. But at some part in the go to 보건소 would be a free. And 동네 의원, even if you went to the medical village clinic and 동네 병원을 통해 치료를 받았는데도, even though you being treated by the village clinic, 병이 잘 낫지 않거나, not get well soon, or 보다 정밀한, precise, detail, check 검사를 필요로 하는 경우에 when you need more precise diagnosis, more precise check it, 동네 의원이나 보건소에서 진료의뢰서. So 진료 is a medical treatment, 의뢰서 is request. So yeah, we already checked some point, but in this hospital level, we cannot figuring out the details. So the hospital request for the more big hospital. In that case, 진료 의뢰서를 받아 종합병원에 가서 진료를 받을 수 있다. So first step could be a 동네 의원, village clinic, and 보건소. And still, you are not get well soon. You need to go to 종합병원. It's like a complex, big general hospitals. And here's a funny thing. It's a 서양의학. 서 is west. 서양 is west part. So usually it could be a Europe or it could be a America. 서양의학. So Western medical. 이외에. So not only Western medical. Maybe we have some Eastern or Oriental medical system. 이외에 한국의 전통의학, Korean's traditional medical, utilize, 활용한 한의원. So if we say just 병원, it is like a westernized hospital. But if you want to go to the traditional Oriental hospital, we create 한의원. So 한의원이나 한방병원도 이용할 수 있다. So if you want to being treated by Oriental traditional medical care, you need to go to 한방병원 or 한의원. 여기에서는 침을 맞거나 is a needle, 뜸 is 먹사. So 뜸을 뜨거나 약초, herb 등을 stew, boil, decoct 해서 만든 한약. So some, like my grandmother they say 양약. 양 is 서양. 양약 is Western pills, and 한약 is like a Korean medicine. 한약, 양약. 양약 is a Western medical. 한약을 지을 수 있다. So if you go to 한의원, there could be a needle or 먹사 and stew the herb. We drink it for the 한약. 갑자기 크게 아프거나 suddenly big sickness, 다쳤는데 get hurt, 직접 병원에 가기 어려운 경우에는. So when you get a sudden hurt, sudden disease, but you cannot go to the hospital alone at this moment, 119에 전화할 수. You can call to 119. So in America there is 911, but in Korea we say 119, 119. 그러면 119 crew, the member of 119이 찾아와, come to you and basic emergent treatment를 한 후. So in the emergent situation, just call 119. So there could be a 119 crew, and at least they can take your basic treatment for the emergent matter. And 응급차 is emergent car, like an ambulance. 차로 가까운 병원, close hospital에 ER, 응급실에 데려다 준다. In the big situation, the older number you need to know is 119. Regardless of whether 119 or 112, just 119 could be just more general things. So if you are in the emergency situation for your safety, but if you see the criminal, it's a 112, it's a recommendable. But general thing for your safety, 119 is the best option to you. Second up, let's deal with the health insurance and health insurance policy. 한국은 Koreans' income and wealth or property. So based on one's income, based on one's property, every month there we need to pay for certain amount of money fee to the health insurance. That is the policy. And yeah, so based on your income, we need to pay for their health insurance. So after you join, after you bought, after you register to the health insurance, like a disease-related check or treatment or eye ultrasound, baby delivering 등과 같이 병원이나 약국을 이용할 때, when you use the hospital or pharmacy, 국민건강보험공단. So Public Corporation for Civilian Health Insurance. So in Korea, there is a public organization rather than private organization. So public organization governed by the local or governmental care. 에서 진료비의 일부, the part of the cost they pay를 부담해 주기 때문에. The literal translation is the 건강보험공단, they share the burden of your medical cost. 이 때문에 적은 비용, less cost, 의료기관을 이용할 수 있다. You can use it. So like all of the words is same. If you can go to hospital, but if you don't have the health insurance, you have to pay more. And if you don't have the health insurance, you have to pay more. And if you have the health insurance, you pay less. But it is not optional. It's obligatory. You should compulsory have to pay for their health insurance, whether you are Korean or not. But usually the company pay for that. So when I get my salary, they take it from my salary and then give it to me. So 그리고 직장에 다니는 사람은 the people who go to company generally 2년에 한 번씩 once per 2 years. So every 2 years we have to go to check my health condition. 한 번씩 무료 건강 검진을 받을 수 있다. It's a free medical check. And you should have to go there. Every 2 months, you have to go to medical check. Here, 모든 국민은 all civilian. And whether you are Koreans or not yet, but if you work in the Korea, your company should let you get insurance. So, 건강보험에 가입해야 하는데, it is obligatory. 직장 가입자와 지역 가입자로 구분된다. So, 직장, if you work for the company pay for you, and your company not pay for you, you have to pay for the local insurance. 로 구분된다. 직장 가입자나 지역 가입자의 가족은 일정한 조건이 되면, so the worker, and it is talking about the family. So if one of your family members get a health insurance, you also 되면 피보형자, as a dependent, you could get a benefit from health insurance. So 가입자와 동일하게 equally as the worker or subscriber member와 건강보험 혜택을 받을 수 있다. You can get the benefits. So one of your family members are working in the company or pay money to the local government about health insurance. Just in a family as a dependent, you could get the benefit of health insurance. So usually I'm not married yet, but if I married, my wife could get a benefit. Or if my wife worked for a company and I don't have get a job, but as a dependent, I could get the benefit. Or if my parents working and I'm not working as a dependent under my parents' name, I could get the benefit of health insurance. So good to know section, can foreigner can join to a health insurance. It's not about the optional thing you should have to pay for their health insurance, whether it is your company or you. So if you register as foreigner and if you work in the company which apply for health insurance, or if you become a civil servant, or if you are being hired or employed as civil servant, you are going to be a company subscriber of health insurance. And how about the spouse? 배우자 is a spouse, your husband or wife. So if your spouse enter subscribing the 직장 가입자의 경우 배우자의 건강보험에 so on your spouse health insurance, you could get the benefit as dependent. So you need to register as dependent, and not only for spouse, but also non-adult kids, or you could register your parents also can 할 수 있다. And the document that you need to check as the dependent, so necessary document is so 피부양 자격. P is like a victim. 피부양 자격. 취득 신고서. So you need to apply for the reporting paper for achieving the quality as dependent. So 피부양 자격 is a quality as a dependent and achieving reporting paper and 외국인 등록증, foreign registered paper copy and 가족관계 증명서, family relation certificate. So if you apply sending this paper, you could get a benefit as dependent or kids or parents of worker in the Korea. 외국인 등록을 한 사람 중. So, but not all foreigner, like foreigners among foreigner, not in the company worker, or if your husband or wife is not company worker, but if you stay more than 6 months, more than 6 months, you have to pay for the local health insurance. So one thing clear is one of your spouse are working or one of your parents are working in the Korean company, you don't need to worry about it. But in case your spouse, your wife and husband or parents or kids are not working in the health insurance applied company, and if you are staying more than 6 months, you have to register, pay for the local health insurance. And so after this July 16, if you stay more than 6 months, you have to pay automatically for the local health insurance. So it has a pro and cons, like per university student, they cannot afford that money. But as some foreigners love to do that because they could get the benefit of health insurance. But after 2019, July 16, automatically, if you stay more than 6 months, you should pay for their health insurance. It is same as me. I'm living in the Czech Republic. To get my long stay visa, I have to pay for their health insurance. So let's move on to the second one for your own safety life in South Korea and for your safety life safety methods. So let's deal with this one. So 한국은 국가재난관리를 담당하는 행정안전부를 중심으로. So 행정안전부 is the main controlling center. It's the main capital center. This one is a controlling center, and 중앙부처 is a capital center, usually near around Seoul, and 지방자치단체, a local government, and the public organization 이 to prepare various disasters. So 행정안전부 is the main controlling center, and they prepare for the Seoul area center and the local government area center and public organization center. So the controlling tower is 행정안전부. They are main center for to prepare the various disaster as country level. So once every year, or managing disaster agency and 국민이 참여하는 every civilians are joining, take part 재난 대응 안전 한국 훈련을 실시하는데, so they are operating the name of 재난 대응 안전 한국 훈련. So 훈련 is a training, so there is the how we prepare, how we prevent, how we respond to disaster train. Once every year, it is in the school, 학교, kindergarten 등 같은 교육기관들에서 even if in the educational facility, they also take earthquake evacuation and fire evacuation training. So as a civilian level, they are going to take 재난 대응 안전 한국 훈련, not only as a all civilian level, but also as a school level, they also prepare the training to the earthquake or fire evacuation. Not only for that, so 중앙부처 is the central center. It's usually about the near around the Seoul area and 지방자치단체, local government area 등에서 자체적으로 by their own 매년 1회 이상, more than one time, 재난 대비 훈련, so training for prepare the disaster를 의무적. It is compulsory. So every year as a country level there is a training, and every school facility there is also training. So not only for that, but also the department itself there by their own more than one time per year there should compulsory training for the disasters, to prepare the disasters, or training to how we respond the disasters. By this training, 이를 통해 화재, fire, and 전염병 is a contagious disease, or 해로운 화학물질 유축, leakage, or 원전. One is a nuclear, 전 is a plant, so nuclear plant, 안전사고, so nuclear plant safety accident, it is also important matter 등에 대한 대응 매뉴얼을 직접 실천하는 기회를 가지고 있다. For their own, by their own training, the civilian or the member has the opportunity to practice how to respond to the natural disaster, like this one, and so on. So the people or the member could have some practice the response of the disasters. And not only as the group level, but also daily life as each individual. So as a company, as a group, it is important to let the members being familiar with the response of disaster, but not only for that, it is not enough. As each individual, we need to try, we need to familiar, we need to think, we need to do how to respond to disaster. So in a daily life, 각 개인, each individual 재난에 대비하고 대응, prepare and respond well 하는 노력도 중요하다. It is important as individuals levels. And even if you prepare all, there is 긴급한 재난이나 큰 사고가 발생했을 때는 when there occur the big disaster, 긴급 신고 전화 등을 통해 like emergent call center를 통해 현재 current 자신의 위치 current location and accident situation을 you need to explain as much as detail as possible to the 긴급 신고 전화. So 112 or 119. 그리고 평소에도 in the normal daily life, not in the emergency situation, but just usual day, you need to check your surrounding. 자신의 주변에서 안전을 해칠 수 있는. You need to check in your surrounding whether there is endangered safety. If there is endangered safety facility or pollutant or contaminant material or 전염병의 원인 등이 있는지 살피고 consider. So not in the, it means in the usual daily life, you need to consider, you need to care your surrounding, which endanger your safety. 그러한 것을 발견, when you catch it, when you discover it in related agency, you need to call. Just 112 or 119 is the best way. If you catch some endangered safety in the daily life, you need to call. For example, if there is long signpost, when you discover it, 잘못된, it's no good, wrong, long signpost, when you catch it, 국민신문고 누리집. So 누리집 is your homepage. 안에 있는 안전신문고를 통해 신고, you can call to or suggest 하여 미리 사고를 예방할 수 있다. To prepare the accident in advance in the daily life, you try to figure it out which one is a wrong signpost. Like on the right side, there is emergent exit, but signpost direct wrong way, you need to correct. The second up is safety working place. So to prevent a working place safety accident, you'd better clean and well organize the working place and surround way. The passes neat and tidily. So put the things at the place is the best way to prepare the accident. And when you walk, you need to wear a protective devices, equipments like walking clothes, safety cap, and shoes, which are in our check key point. 해로운 물질 is injurious or the harmful materials are 종류별로 by species, by kinds 정해진 장소와 용기에 구분해서 보관해야 한다. So you have to keep it in a separate, different container and place to the harmful materials. You need to sort it by kinds. And 평상시에는 so in your usual normal day, you need to check the emergent exit and first aid kit and fire extinguisher install location을 check it 하면서 안전보건 safety hygiene sign의 의미도 the meaning of the safety hygiene sign in advance you need to be acknowledged of the meaning of the sign of the safety and hygiene. So next up is good to know section is CCTV. So yeah, I think I'm in the Czech Republic and the big difference between the Korea, South Korea and the Czech Republic is a CCTV. In South Korea, everywhere there is a CCTV. But in Czech Republic, there is a little CCTV. They think it is invade one's private life. So even if in the car, there is no black box in Czech Republic, not only Czech Republic, but also Polish, something like that. But in Korea, everywhere is a CCTV. So I'm familiar. And I think if there is a CCTV, I feel safety. But in here, they consider more of one's private life. So there is no CCTV at all in this dormitory. Maybe only in the elevator, in case there are people in the elevator. So I'm not talking about which one is better or not, but the difference. But I'm Korean and I'm familiar with the CCTV for my safety. So 똑똑한 CCTV로 대한민국의 안전을 높입니다. Increase the safety by smart CCTV. 혹시 누군가가 어린이에게 몰래 다가가 어린이의 안전을 해치고 달아나거나 sneak attack. So what if someone secretly back attack kids or 사람이 없는 no person nighttime car accident. If there is a car accident to the nighttime, which are no person are there, and 아무런 조치도 없이 without any single treatment after car accident, and the person just escape the situation, how can we do that? So like in the nighttime, there is a little person, no person on the road. And if there is a car accident, two cars get a crash and one drunken car driver just escape away. How could we handle it? But in South Korea, you don't need to worry about that. Everywhere there is a CCTV. 잘못을 하고도 달아난 사람. So the person who fly away, even if do bad things. So usually the culprit. So the culprit may think there is no witness But in the South Korea, there are everywhere. There are CCTV everywhere. So we can easily find out the culprit. So the culprit means who damaged others' safety. So it is different from the native English translation. But 다른 사람의 안전을 해치기를 한 사람. The person who damaged others' safety. It means, but I want to translate as a culprit. So the CCTV, 사람의 얼굴은 물론, not only one's face, but also 소지품, is a belonging, possessions. belonging and moving pattern and car number 등을 지능적으로 intelligently like AI 포착, catch and analyze 하게 되면 누가 잘못을 했고 who did wrong and who got the damage를 입었는지 알 수 있다. Know who did wrong and who got the damage easily. 한국 정부와 각 지방의 시군구에서 설치한 스마트 CCTV 시스템은 단지 범죄자의 추적뿐만 아니라 not only chasing the criminal but also 안전을 해치는 행위를 사전에 before 발견하여 예방하는 데도 기여할 수 있다. The CCTV can contribute to not only chasing the criminal but also preventing the damage in advance by CCTV. So the last part of share your story is 외국인이 겪는 산업재해. It's a working industrial damage. 비율 내국인. 내 is inside, is domestic Korean. 외국인 is a foreigner. 내국인 is Korean. So there is more industrial accident. So foreigner gets 6 times more company disaster than Korean. The reason is 언어적 차이를 고려하. We need to consider the language difference. So yeah, at least for the working area, working company, we need to try to explain one's mother tongue. At least for the English, there need to be safety education. So this one is not that difficult. So it is your homework. You need to read it. You need to try to it by yourself. That's all for lesson. And thank you for watching my video. And let's meet in the next class. Bye bye.